I did not disclose Mr. Bradley in my initial filing. I didn't until the state forced me to.
Why was he afraid to be disclosed? Just because of his relationship with Wade, or was he afraid of these people, or just didn't want to betray them, or what?
Multiple reasons. I mean, it's a district attorney in Fulton County. I didn't really want to go, file something against her. It's not exactly a fun position to be in. Also, I mean, they have a lot of mutual friends. I'm sure it wasn't a fun position to be in, to be outing a friend of yours, but the attacks, I mean, it's a small legal community.
You're able to get this into court because Bradley, I saw some of his testimony, all of a sudden can't remember anything about anything now. Use this to impeach him and show that he did know precisely what happened in them.
Yes, and he changed his testimony somewhat. At first, when he first testified, he testified that he had never discussed this with me.
And he showed his text message where y'all discussed it.
Well, at that point, that caught me off guard. So, I didn't expect that. So then I pulled my text messages, and I had some screenshots of them just in case. And I told his lawyer, do you want to look at my text messages? And so then he later came back and testified that yes, he had.
Ted told you that?
Yes.
Okay. And did Wade testify at any of these hearings?
He did.
Did he acknowledge the relationship or not?
He acknowledged the relationship, yes.
Before he was hired?
Welcome. What up?
So before I filed the motion, nobody acknowledged any relationship. So I filed the motion on January 8th, and then on Martin Luther King.
Walk us through that. What were the grounds?
Salute, DS Boss. Welcome. You first to bless my joint. Appreciate you. Jay Hodges, what up? Welcome, people.
That was filed on January.
Yeah, we listening. I'm listening to that Fanny. Can you hear it?
I outlined this.
The hearing?
My client in particular was not part of the special purpose grand jury. They did not
Let me know if y'all can hear it.
He was not a subject.
Now I gotta change my setup, but yeah, I'm listening to this craziness with Fanny.
That's interesting because
She out there bugging with the people's money.
special grand jury had recommended prosecuting like 40-something.
DS1, keep doing you, man. Your thing, you dropping that heavy work.
He was not.
And they didn't take.
Sure indeed. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm just
did not take the advice of her own.
making my way through my day.
More than half the people they wanted prosecuted.
Slowly but surely, but you are definitely on the docket for later, so I'll be looking out for your notification.
Exclusive access to her, and so all of her
Yeah, son. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, man.
was explored in that book.
When my brother said go live while I'm listening to the Fanny, see who joins me. And here we are.
Some of them were that.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate it.
And she added.
Yeah, Fanny doing craziness with the people money though.
At least your client.
My client, yes, she added him. So he was.
Them numbers is crazy. That man was talking about he was 23 hours, 24 hours working. Billing the county $250 per hour.
So there were a lot of people that had been on the consideration and then had been removed. And my client had not
Dirty
been
work,
considered.
Fanny. Dirty work.
So to me, I was trying to figure out, why would you want to expand it? There's different ways you can go about prosecution.
Figure out why they add your client to the list.
No, but the my allegation and my motion is that the bigger the case is, the more money that's made, and that that makes sense to me. So for me to file the motion to disqualify, obviously we had to have.
Yes, one of Jay Hodges came through. I appreciate my guys.
All of the violations.
That's love.
So expanding the litigation, because of how large it is, the judge has said we're probably going to have 3 trials, and each of them is going to take several months. Where if you just imagine, follow me down the path, if you only indicted one person and it was narrow, you could try it in a month. If you indict 19 people and 3 different essentially alleged criminal schemes, like I divided it up earlier, that you now have 3 years of trial. You've now gone from a month of trial to 3 years of trial. That's a lot more money. And so that, to me, was a financial motive, particularly since my client was not recommended by the special purpose grand jury to be indicted.
And you had the data to show that she was financially benefiting from the continued prosecution.
Yes, and so to answer your question, you were saying walk me through it. So January 8th, I have a deadline to file this. So I'm verifying, and that's what you can see in the text. You can see heavy text with Mr. Bradley right around then to verify everything. I file it, and at that point, the world is shocked. I mean, shocked because nobody had any idea. This had been hidden. This was even hidden from her father, who she had testified. She talks to 10 times a day. so very few people knew about this relationship. And so they very much wanted to know who knew about it. Mr. Bradley, that next weekend, you know, he gets some calls about, he gets a call, you know, trying to fish to see if he's the leak, is what it was couched as. He gets a call from a gentleman named Gabe Banks, who ultimately represented Chris Campbell in he filed a motion to quash against Chris Campbell, who's the law partner.
Gabe Banks' wife works for the VA's office?
Yes. And I've not gotten it, I've not opened records it, but I have been told that Mr. Banks also has one of these special counsel contracts. Again, I have not opened records that, not part of my case. But so he calls Mr. Bradley, and Mr. Bradley calls me and another friend of ours, her name's Cindy Yeager, she's a district attorney in Cobb County, and, you know, he was upset. I talked to him, it was like Saturday night, you know, and I could tell he was upset by his text. I left my kids and went and talked to him, meaning if he was my source. And Mr. Banks said that it was because he had seen a news article, and Mr. Bradley knew that wasn't the case, so he said, send me the news article. So he sent him some article that did not say he was the leak, and that put an end to it. But then the next day, Mr. Wade called Mr. Bradley's best friend and said to call, he didn't call Mr. Bradley directly, but told his friend to call Mr. Bradley and remind him of his privilege.
His attorney-client privilege?
Yes.
Who's the best friend? Can you tell me?
I'm not, he told me his name, and I'm not positive. I think I know who it is, but I'm not positive.
Right. So Wade calls Bradley's best friend, says, you better call Bradley, remind him he's got attorney-client privilege from me, and he better not spill the beans.
I do know the best friend works at a law firm called Beasley Allen. He told me that. He said his best friend's name, and then he said he works at Beasley Allen. And so he was pretty upset about it.
Yo, up in the building. Let me get a one. If it sounds good, sound better.
Birthday. So he didn't want to call Cindy, but he was upset, so he called me, and we talked about it. And we were both pretty upset about it, because it seemed, you know, why.
You're welcome.
It just seemed like tampering, and it's
Welcome
just,
aboard.
you know.
If that's too
it's
loud,
just
let me
uncomfortable
turn that
position,
down a little
you know,
bit.
And all of us were kind of worried how the state would react to all of this. But at that point, you know, it's
Did
still.
he interpret that as Miss Willis trying to intimidate him from revealing this affair?
Or Mr. Wade.
Okay.
He took it as intimidation, yes. Because what he called it as is the second shot across the bow. Those were his words. So he said the first shot across the bow was Gabe Banks, second shot across the bow was Nathan Wade calling. So that's how he interpreted it. But at that point, I had not disclosed him as the witness, as the primary source. So nobody knew that, and I was trying to protect him as much as possible, just because I knew he didn't want these calls, you know? It's not something that you want. So they filed some motions to quash, and I had to
Quash what?
to quash all of the subpoenas, pretty much every subpoena that I had issued.
So after you filed this motion to disqualify, I guess a hearing was scheduled.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then you started issuing subpoenas to line up your evidence.
Yes. So,
That's when this witness tampering occurred?
Yes.
After that, to try to intimidate your witnesses from coming to court?
yes. So, and let me walk through the timeline. So I filed this on the 8th. The next thing that happened was Miss Willis testified. I said testified. She spoke at a church on Martin Luther King Sunday, and was making some statements about why did they single out Mr. Wade. Didn't say anything about that we singled him out because he's the only one she's having an affair with. Did not agree to that. Instead said that it was racially.
And the other two special prosecutors were white.
Yes.
But they were making significantly less money.
Right. And she even said, you know, to the church, she even said that I'm paying them the same rate, which is not true. Mr. Floyd's contract is for $150 an hour.
Nice. What up? Welcome, my guy. Welcome aboard.
Listening to it, and, you know, said, come listen to this, and I listened to it, and I was like, wait, that's not.
How you, brother? How you doing?
So that was one thing that she said that wasn't true. Also, that it was racially motivated. She didn't say anything about. Yeah, they're singling him out because he's the one I went on all these vacations with, and he's the one I'm.
Your girl Fanny doing bad out here, son.
She said that we were
She
singling
been
him
doing
out
bad.
because of race. And then she said that they were all paid the same, which is not true. So I thought at that point, okay, they're not gonna admit that they have this relationship, and so I'm texting with Mr. Bradley. You know, oh my gosh, are they gonna lie about this? Like, you know, it's on their credit card.
You hear that?
Know what's
You
gonna
hear
happen. And so then. In the
Nah,
divorce,
son,
Mr.
you
Banks
can't
was
miss
Willis
this,
had
son.
subpoena to
You
testify,
can't miss
and she
this
actually invoked
traffic.
her executive privilege as the DA.
This shit right here, dirty work.
She would not testify.
But guess what?
So then,
You know how I deal with it, Dice?
right, and then they said,
See, I'm on the clock right now.
because the judge said he was gonna have to
So I'm not really
testify.
rushing to kill myself.
So,
Nikki, baby, welcome.
at that
Salute.
point, the judge had given us
I'm not killing myself out here, and I'm not frustrating myself. So I take my time,
filed the returns of the subpoenas,
and I, take it real easy.
Right around
But
that
yeah,
time,
this traffic is
filed
disgusting. If I wasn't getting paid for it, I would not be in it.
But they put limits on it. So their response that they filed, I believe it was the
Yeah, listen,
February 2nd, I believe.
Phony been wilding, son.
Yeah, February 2nd.
The way,
So
yo,
February 2nd, they filed their opposition to our motion. They
she was paying this
but they claimed that it
with
started after
money
he was
that was
hired,
supposed to
and
be
that
going to paying a whole staff,
travel was
hiring staffs.
They submit.
Yeah, she about to, they about to dig up all kind of work on her. She gone.
From a credit
She
card
is
where
outta
paid
here.
for one plane ticket. So, it's a couple $100s on hers and then thousands of dollars on his. So then my subpoenas were filed and
Phony out here tree
zipping.
zipping.
And they kept saying, I don't have a good faith basis, I don't have a good faith basis. Kept very harshly saying that I was making this up and nobody had told me this and it was, gossip and I was lying and I should be sanctioned. So the court held a hearing on their motions to quash and I was forced to disclose Mr. Bradley as a witness, which I did not want to do because I was worried because I knew they had called and all of these things. But I had to disclose him as a witness. And so at that point I was still talking with Mr. Bradley fairly regularly. But that changed.
Damn, Phony.
So you're waiting on the judge to
She waiting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they was last Friday. They was closing arguments. Look where we at on Wednesday.
For a prosecutor to have a relationship with the special prosecutor,
Yes, it is a conflict of interest.
and that's because of the financial benefits, or just
Oh yeah, I gotta work the clock,
Mainly the
son.
financial benefits. There's a couple different aspects to it. We've also
Every minute.
because the prosecutors aren't allowed to publicly condemn an accused prior to trial. And she made a speech at a church.
All that.
Motivated. Talked extensively about
All
our
that.
clients being
Went to
guilty.
the.
She
Hey,
testified at her hearing that our clients were guilty. That my client was, guilty of trying to. I don't even remember.
Went to the
support
house.
democracy or something.
Already
She's
in-
made
in
a
bad-
number
in
of
bad
public
standing.
statements condemning their guilt, which is not allowed.
that's inappropriate conduct for a prosecutor.
Very much so, and there's case law on that. There's rules on that. So there were a lot of public speeches
Yeah,
that were
man,
made
make your
along
move,
the way,
son.
and they're you can kind of follow them through this media monitoring company. But so she makes these, and then she got disqualified from prosecuting another person she wanted to prosecute.
Making public statements.
It was for a fundraising. She had thrown a fundraiser for his opponent, his political opponent.
I'm playing. You see what I was trying to be nice, right? I was trying to be nice.
So she
I was
stopped
giving
making
him the
these
blind.
fake
Now he like 8 cars
Then
behind
she
me.
came about, she made the church speech.
Be
as I call
playing,
it,
son. I be driving slow because I can. Not because I have to.
embracing
Soldier, my lord. Why go out, Benji?
condemns their guilt.
Come on, son.
And
Let me
then
get
she
a
also
rock,
made her reach to
son.
this book. I don't know, the timing was just nuts. But the book came out right around the time that all this was happening. And
Yo, I'm
it's
under the
called
speed limit.
Finding
My
Truth.
bad.
About in 2024, you say.
I keep you under the speed. All I need is some room.
And she, yeah.
Hank Mack, my guy. Welcome, my guy.
She was deciding how to
Welcome.
prosecute this case, who to indict, who not to indict. I mean, their whole thing is that they had unfettered, behind the scenes access to her thought process and stuff. So, and she's talking about all of this, that they're guilty. But the big thing for the forensic misconduct is just,
Welcome, my guys. I appreciate y'all for riding with me. We got a little clear runway ahead.
So the theme between these two things is that God told her to do this, and that she is doing the will of God by
I hope
prosecuting.
everybody having a good day starting out.
That's unethical.
In my opinion.
Right, so
I said I was going
I'm
to make
trying
a
to recollect what I remember reading.
I was gonna make a short about Fawny because
all this, because
the
this
whole
was
situation, not about her per se, but how she conducts her business.
January 8th, which was the day we started.
And then I said, you know what?
It did, and
It was the day.
Let me utilize 2 devices
Bombshell allegation.
and get some view time and see who come ride with me. But I appreciate y'all for sure.
That resolution from this investigative committee to say, let's find out if this is true, independently of all you guys' legal issues.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome. You know what I'm saying? My platform, you know how I move. If you see my work,
yes, she filed a
real light with it.
Refused to testify, but
Real light with it. But yo, thank you. I appreciate you. Take it easy. Enjoy your day and walk good out here.
Okay, so in that testimony, did she deny the start date of this?
Yeah.
Yes, she said
It ain't be easy because now I got to, I'm going to be easy because I normally am a cool, I'm not driving too fast. Like I told Dice earlier, I milk the clock behind the wheel. So traffic is not a bother. I'm entertained. I have, I'll show you my office in a second. I'm about to go over here to the NY Methodist Hospital, New York Hospital, pick up some lunch for the peoples. And I'm riding over to Staten Island, so hopefully in between time, in the meantime, I'll be going live here and there. So all that ride with me, I appreciate it.
Outside of privilege and confidentiality, we cannot support perjury. So if I have a client,
What's that, dog?
I did it. I can't put them on the stand and say I didn't do it. I
Yeah, son. Shout out to, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Shout out to Hustle, man. He's the one you might have, because normally I'm hustling and bustling. They had me in Midtown where I'm jumping around, so the idea of going live, I could do it, but it'd be off and on. Because not only is this my workstation, I do everything on the phone, but yeah, we're gonna see. Yeah, that little overcast make it look crazy. Let me see if I can get in there. That part right there is look crazy. Yeah, let me keep it. Boom. Yeah. So yeah, right now we on 65th. I got 34 more blocks. Yo, how the sound? Y'all can hear Homegirl in the background? I hope that's not. Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. All the time. I do everything behind the wheel pretty much. Editing, photos, now video. It get done from right here. All right, cool. That's good. I don't want it to be too loud, and my voice count, my sound good.
That is the big argument.
Cause my brilliant ass
I'm not the best person to explain that. My husband argued that.
left the mic to the crib. So we doing it straight to the device, but it is what it is. It means I simple you dig? So we gonna make whatever work. But yeah, man. Fanny was out there bugging with the people's money.
And so I think that would be more along the lines of the appearance of impropriety, and then actual impropriety is.
Oh, so I got it cooking in here. Got the heat on hell.
And there was testimony about that. Ms. Willis came in and testified.
It's not. Listen. It's not about hating on us, son. This is what it is. For me personally, we gonna leave politics out of it. If you're gonna make a move to go after a big dog, you gotta have your situation correct. And on top of it, she a sister. And we always talk about the scrutiny and this, that, and the third. That's messy, son.
So she testified that she took the
that's messy, fam.
On hand was from her campaign. That alone she had given herself.
she got had to, and I hope she got some of that schmoly, some of that bread put away. That rainy day fund, I hope it's somewhere. Allegedly. Yeah. If you gonna go after dudes like I mean, not even him. You talking about Rudy Giuliani? You got him in a RICO indictment. Yo, son, he was the first person to utilize the RICO charge. If you're gonna shoot, you can't miss, and definitely not in that legal world. That's all I'm saying about it.
Yes,
and I still stand on the fact that, and I'm gonna keep that to myself. I don't want nobody unsubbing from me already. On my first live.
At first he deposited that.
But nah, I really truly.
That he had with his law partners, and then he started depositing them doing this personal. When I say personal, just him.
Listen.
I also did not have anything to do with
Not only are we large in the number as far as the population, these buildings are going upwards. Is a building downtown? Man. Yeah, I mean uptown rather, uptown. Yeah, we gotta go up. We gotta go up. We can't spread out. But yeah, this is our population is crazy. They say Biden let in 3.5 million in the last 2 years. I think that's like times 3, but yeah. We gotta go. Look, you see that joint right there? That up at the top, they probably paying about 30 grand, son, a month. So that's another way of going big. 30 grand a month, son, to be up top there in this city.
As much as I wish we could park money in our IOLTAs, it was earned, and not pay ourselves, we can't do that. So when you earn money, you can't leave it in your IOLTA. IOLTAs are for client money.
Look at my son on the corner. Look at my son on the corner. Look at anything on the team. Yo. That's my son. Yo, Stretch. How the air up there? Yeah. Stretch be in his own world, son. That's my son, though. He be in and out. Yo, it be dead serious. It be Brick City out here. He dressed just like that. No, nothing. I be like, okay, Stretch. I be having that big goose on. You see what I do? Your boy be in that same look. I got you. Okay, we got past that hurdle. Thank you, my guy. See, we have to get past the Ed Koch Bridge, which is formerly known as the 59th Street Bridge. Now the next hurdle with this traffic is the Midtown Tunnel between here and 34th Street. That's really what would be the problems with the congestion. Trying to get to these exits off, it's always tied up. So we're going to have to move and bumping. Like I said, I'm on the clock, so I'm not really trying to weave in and out and do all that. So we're going to sit. I'm going to try to give y'all a better view. So I will get from behind creative, goddamn, this guy. Give y'all a better view and get around that dude and bang. All right, my bad. Here we go. Give my son some room. Yo, son, I ain't gonna hold you though. My last job, I used to drive a shuttle bus like the size of that FedEx van. Around like about an 8-block radius. When I first drove that joint, scared to death. It got to a point, I drove it for like a year and a half. I used to squeeze that thing. I used to literally squeeze it through the spaces. People used to be in the van, they'd be like, how you doing that? It'd be like we in an aquarium. But there ain't nothing to it. Once you get the flow and drive for everybody else, you figure it out. And this is all under the speed limit. All under the speed limit. I normally drive like 20 miles an hour. People be pissed off too. Alright. I'm not a fan of heights exposed. Inside of a building, I'm good. You got it, homeboy. I don't want to do it like that. Pause. Good looking. Oh yeah, let me turn up on it. Now I'm just rambling.
If I get in trouble, if you can call the judge.
I just wanted to go back to the issue about the conflict. The thing that's kind of brought us all here to some extent.
Yeah, it is. Look, driving jobs are good, but this whole your back situation, you ain't lying.
On page 21, you want to acknowledge that. See, my job, I do it so well. They don't be calling me. They don't have to know. They give me the packages and be like,
Other drivers, they gotta call them, yo, drop this one off, do that. Me, they leave me alone. Nigga do have this one dispatcher though. This dude is a special ed case. He be calling me with the dumbest stuff, and he calls me after hours. So I have to look at my phone like, dude, are you serious right now? But yeah, nah, being alone driving, I'm good. Nobody on my back. Yeah. Able to move how I move, yeah.
Right now, I just got so I'm moving on to this particular point here, which goes to
Hank Mack. Let me tell you something. Like I told you, I don't. If I'm not getting paid for it, I'm not driving. On the weekend, my personal vehicle, I do not. My wife has to beg me to drive. But I drive her. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to see her pay keys on the weekends. But, you know. We gotta do what we gotta do. But for me to drive to the supermarket, nah, I don't want to do that. If we going out a little trip, yeah, okay. But that drive to the supermarket, I can't stand it. KJ, what up, man? KJ, what up, my guy? Welcome, my brother. Salutes. That drive to the Costco, to the Walmart, I do Walmart. That's on the belt a little bit. But in the driving in the city on the weekend, that's not me.
Let's go back. Let's use your first one.
Okay, so they cross-examining old girl. I forget her name.
So that one there on the Whitworth case. Tell me how that actually impacts this particular case.
Which page are you referring to?
Page 24.
Okay, this is the attorney for Trump, one of Trump's co-defendants. They're not saying her name, but she's the attorney. Come on, son. Why you doing that? You in a Mini Cooper.
I don't, wish I had that case in front of me. I don't have the case in front of me, but essentially.
Once again, everybody that's out and about doing what you're doing, I hope y'all doing it to the best, being safe, and making the most of it.
You're using that as the basis, really, to say it's a conflict. There's no other case law that you actually use in this particular brief to say it's a conflict.
Yeah, NYU Hospital, we're a couple of minutes away.
Deals with contingency fee. And so in Whitworth, and I had the case, if you want to go through it, it actually talks about
Talk with me.
yeah.
As I do that, go in there and pick up way, but not around my way, but the borough, the town, the home. Okay, see, once again, like I was saying, coming up is the entrance to the Queens Midtown Tunnel.
And then they came with the third, which
But
says
traffic is pretty loose, I ain't gonna lie, for a Wednesday.
So is that what
It's
you
not bad at
want?
all.
That there's a personal stake.
Now I gotta get, oh boy, right there, he doing something foolish, right? Where they at?
I understand. That's correct. And so in amusement, it was a contingency fee case. So they had a personal stake, actually really in the conviction, because they only received the contingency fee when the conviction happened. So what you're really saying is that they had a personal stake.
Come on, son, drive. If you drop, I can get out of here, man.
There's no personal stake in the conviction similar to
Yeah.
Correct. But they're going to get money if they win.
We ain't going nowhere.
But you're going to get money if they win. That's the key.
They get money if they keep the forfeiture. So it's where if that was a forfeiture case, I think that was like 8 months.
That's correct.
Yes.
But they get money if they win.
Right.
That's the
Oh yeah, and I'm driving with my
They
knee.
don't get money for bringing it.
Just so you know.
Right. They only get money if they're
Yeah, I forgot that part.
Mr. Wade's receiving his funds.
Not that part.
Billing
But that part, that's with the knee.
Not
The knee still.
So what you're saying is the actual conflict is just bringing it.
Okay, traffic cops there. Can I pull off to turn the corner with my knee? All right, I got you. I know y'all don't believe me, but I'm about to do it. And I'll show it to you at some point.
Whitworth use amusement cells, and they said that there has to be an actual conflict. In amusement cells, let's go back to Whitworth if we can, because in Whitworth, the person was actually told, the prosecutor was actually told.
I'll show you, but I did it. I just made a turn on my knee.
The case that actually
Oh, I can't show you because
what had happened was the defense attorney came to the prosecutor and said,
with my knees, rather, I'd be more
the
precise.
prosecutor basically said no. He went and got advice from somebody, and that
That's what I
prosecutor
do.
said, we would like this case to resolve in a conviction.
Right now, we're on 34th, between second and
The question, and that then was
between
held
second and
not
first.
to be a conflict. They said that still is not an actual conflict, even though some
34th, second and first.
we want to see a conviction. We actually see it go to the end. Don't plea him out. And the court said, no, that's not an actual conflict because what you have to show.
Yeah, I saw Shorty on the train this morning.
Fairness to the defendant in the trial.
Yeah, that's one thing about me too.
In the trial, the second
Like it's something about my brain and faces. Like anybody that I can see your avatar probably. If I come across you in the middle of the street, I'd spot you and be like, yeah, I know you. Yo, what up? Call you by whatever your screen name is. My facial recognition is like a software in my brain. Nah, son, you right. No, actually, nah, not really that far. About 25 blocks or so. Cause you was in the 50s on Fifth Ave. You know, you was in the 50s, yeah, on Fifth Ave, right? 6th Ave. Oh, yo, that Apple is gone, dog. They moved all that shit.
Because you said that you want to extend the case out.
And that side that I was looking for, it was actually behind. It was a block away behind where we was at. But yeah, they moved all that stuff. Yeah, enough. I pass that joint all the time. Every time I pass up, like my son's dog was in the building.
What you're just telling me now is that he was willing to stop his billing because he offered your client.
I ain't turning this corner with my knees.
You're the one who's continuing to bill. No, you're the one that's continuing to make him bill. He was willing to cut that off. You said, I believe that they created this case against my client so they can continue. Well, he basically went out and said, I'm tired of billing. I'm going to offer this to me. And you said no.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Now I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but
how I was trying to explain it is
Shorty's staying there. Let me check my temperature on the joint. I got 50% on here. So yo, that was the first part of the live situation. I'm gonna have to. I'm going ahead and pick up this thing. I'm gonna cam down and all that. But we're gonna link in a minute. We here.
It expands it because when you charge a RICO case, you can bring in evidence of everything. So essentially, instead of having a case, a quick case, a case where there's evidence against Michael Roman, only Michael Roman, you litigate that. They expanded it to include 3 different.
Matter of fact, fellas, I'm gonna shut it down, but I'm gonna come back up in a few. So appreciate all y'all. Listen out for the alert or whatever. Appreciate it. Appreciate love. My God, I'm gonna shut it down, but I'm gonna get back in a minute.
The offer was for him to testify. So, for him to testify, even though he would not be on trial, his acts would still allegedly be on trial, which still expands the litigation because he's not gone. The deal's not you can plea out.